I'm not gonna pretend like my wife and I weren't pretty nervous when my, at the time, 19-year-old was applying for a credit card as she was heading off to college. We were thinking like, man, we can't have her using a debit card all the time. She's gotta have a credit card. She's gotta start building credit. She's gotta take on that responsibility. And the card that we found that we decided to go with was the Discover It Student Credit Card. The Discover Student Credit Card. We've been happy with it over the last couple of years. She has had it, and today I'm going to just dive into a little bit of some of the benefits, but also some of the risks. So make sure that you kind of understand. Let's just kind of start with that disclaimer. With any sort of a credit card, whether it's for yourself or a student credit card, maybe for yourself or for one of your children, your adult children, make sure that you understand to read the terms and conditions, understand exactly what you're getting into, what the interest rates are, what the potential late fees are, what the credit limit is. Because as we know, especially with young people, I was young once, and one thing that we learned in this process is times have changed since I got my first credit card. And so let's start right there. Going back to about the year 2000, I think is when I got my first credit card. My credit limit to start was $250. $250, and I had to pay it off every month. Very strict guidelines with the $250 credit card. Again, this was almost 25 years ago when I got my first credit card. Well, my daughter, again, zero credit. This is her first credit card, first time getting anything. She applied. She was approved for a $1,500 credit limit. Which I was surprised at, but then I'm thinking, okay, 25 years later, inflation and these things, maybe that makes sense. $1,500 I thought was pretty generous right out of the gate for an 18, 19-year-old that doesn't have any sort of credit at all. So that's one thing to be mindful of. If you are helping maybe one of your sons or daughters to do this, make sure that you understand what they were approved for, because that's important. I mean, if it's $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, and they're off in college and they've got this credit limit, making sure that they understand the huge responsibility that is credit cards, and also just how quickly you can get upside down on credit cards, and then it can be an issue. And this card that she's got, it's got great benefits. If I look at it, 5% cash back, 5% cash back on everyday purchases at different places you shop each quarter, like grocery stores, restaurants, gas stations, and more, up to the quarterly maximum when you do activate it, plus earn 1% cash back on all other purchases. There's an unlimited cash back match. Get an unlimited dollar-for-dollar match of all the cash back you earned at the end of your first year automatically. No limit to how much will match, so you could earn $50 cash back to $100, or you could turn $100 cash back to $200, for example. Also, zero annual fee. Gotta like that. And honestly, for a student credit card, it would be kind of crap if there was an annual fee. So I was happy to see that there's no annual fee. You can redeem rewards for all sorts of different things on Amazon. As a student, you're going to need all sorts of things. So that's kind of nice that you can obviously reward it for cash, for your balance, but also for items at Amazon and so forth. Now, the current offer for this card on the website, 0% intro APR for 6 months on purchases, and then 17.49 to 26.49% standard variable APR, which is pretty standard. And frankly, a lot of credit cards are higher than that at 19 to 29% variable APR. So at the time of recording, there is this 0% intro APR for 6 months. So I have to check and see if that's still the case or if the offer has changed as time goes on. So our overall experience as a family with this card has been very positive. Great kind of introductory credit card. It does give her a credit limit that does allow, in case there's some sort of emergency with her car, or she needs to buy textbooks or something like that. She's got enough of a limit there to be able to cover and then be able to pay off and that sort of a thing. So as she's kind of working, paying it back. And that is great for young people to be able to build credit out. It's extremely important to get started somewhere. But again, like a lot of parents can probably relate, it's stressful when your young person is moving out. They need to have a credit card because, let's face it, nobody pays at a gas station or at a grocery store anywhere with a debit card. We certainly aren't going to do it. We don't want our adult kids to be doing that as well. So it's very important for us to find the right card for her. So I would definitely recommend, if you're looking for yourself as a student or for maybe one of your grown kids that's heading off to college, just to have something there to build credit with. This has been a card that we've had a good experience with, the Discover It Student Credit Card, the Discover Student Card. All right, friends, thanks very much for joining us for another video. We will be back again. You can count on it. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.